So my last comment will be, and when I find gentleman here talk for 15 minutes, and you let him go, or in front right here, I don't know his name, but you went on 15 minutes. So if it means that you got to ask Reverend Wilson's questions for 6 minutes, or you do President Waters, President from the NAACP, 6 minutes, so be it. The only other thing I ask Ms. Silva is to you now. Somebody asked me the question, that you would consider hiring some of the paras that didn't pass the test, the ones that provide personal care. You said you would see it. We didn't see anybody's name on here tonight. Are you still considering that? And if so, isn't it time of the essence?
I was instructed by the board to hire only highly qualified for every single position in Paris.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
4 minutes, but there needs to be answers. 4 minutes.
Could you first, I mean, there were a lot of questions, but Mr. Finger, right off the top of you, I mean, you know the number for the transportation. How much money is our transportation budget?
It's budgeted this year for a little in excess of $19 million. Mr. Rush, what was your first question?
I've asked so many, I forgot. But I did ask about the total amount for busing.
I asked about
19 million grand.
What are we paying the court reporter, Michael?
What are we paying the court for?
$200 appearance for being here and then for age.
Man, I'd like to, you know, I think I need to go to school for that.
All right.
You understand?
Okay.
But I understand, I know, Mike, but, you know, we need, because you guys talk in circles. What is the cost? She said $200 per page. She might have 100 pages the way we go.
Please. It's a 200 appearance, and then it's...
What are we paying them? You guys got that?
3 cents an hour.
Pardon me?
About 3 cents an hour.
Get off.
She drives from Pennsylvania. She works all
You know
night,
what?
and she does this.
Where she lives at is
No crosstalk, Mr. Rush, no crosstalk.
Okay, please, what I would like is for some of his questions, who would write down his questions so you can answer the questions?
He asked a question about the condition of the building.
Okay, Mr. Finger, the buildings.
I'm pleased to tell you that I spoke with our facilities director today, Marlene Alvarado from Aramark. I've gone through a couple of the buildings myself, limited, not through all the buildings. Except for a few last-minute preparations and some work over at ACE, what used to be ACE, we're ready to open up for school.
I was there today. Yeah, while you guys figure it out, there was a question asked as to have we hired enough paras to represent the number that we actually had at the end of last year?
Through the chair.
Hold on, I'm asking the Silva question.
Well, it's IEP driven as far as special education. You better hire enough paras because if the IEP says a child needs a para.
I understand that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When I'm asking her a question, number for number, we can deal with the letter of the law in a minute.
Oh.
At this point, we have not hired all the paras because of the fact that there are more children than we anticipated in the kindergarten. So that's one area. And as Esquire Enzelbuck has indicated, we also have to consider any child that has an IEP, which indicates that he will have a para. So no, we have not hired all the paras.
Through the chair.
Yes.
I just want to go back to one of the questions that one of the people in the public spoke about. I may have missed the meeting, and I know Ms. Enzelbuck read the 2 letters. Am I to understand that if somebody needed various different types of therapies, that they had to bring along a pair of sneakers to be able to, and some sharp elbows to make sure that they got pushed in front of the line or got there earliest? Is that the way? Is that really the way we're doing it?
Well,
How dramatic.
well, you know, I understand your question, but we have been discussing this as a board for quite some time. And what we have said is that we centralized the therapy because we were unable to provide the numbers that were so massive that we felt that this was the best possible option as a board. We've discussed this ad nauseum. I don't know about the sharp elbows or the tennis shoes, but they need to get in line, they need to contact the people appropriately, and it is on a first come, first served basis. You heard that correctly.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
it has been going on like this, I think, for about 3 years.
Thank you. Next.
There are no more public speakers.
Okay, I would like to address a concern that was brought up here that we have discussed ad nauseum, and I would hope that the board would entertain it. I want first to mention it, and I'm going to have the educators discuss it. There are opportunities to hire non-instructional paras that would keep us in line with our still newly found school-wide mandate that we're going to. I don't know that everyone, as everyone dug in the sand that we couldn't, and they're like, well, we had other people take the test. No, that was so we could go school-wide, but we do still have the ability for those people who provide that direct, almost patient care, but it's student care. These people are providing non-instructional care for very needy students, and it would still allow continuity because some of these paras have these relationships. So I would ask this board to entertain the opportunity only for non-instructional, not anyone who has not passed the test being allowed to be instruction, but on a non-instructional basis that first we just heard here that we got school opening up in a matter of weeks, and we have not even hired all the paras that we need to have. When we first discussed this, I think we were all promised and told that this would not disrupt anything and that we would have everybody that we needed. And now, as far as I'm concerned, it takes a lot more time to hire, train, and get people in place in some few weeks. So as responsible board members, I think we need to think logically.